Okay, again, come back. We shall start our Harappan culture. Here, we shall not going to discuss about the detail about Harappan culture. Generally, you will find in your book that there is some 11 points, starting from introduction, background, Harappan culture, urbanism, state structure, social structure. We shall give importance upon the social structure and end of the Harappan civilization. Definitely, before going to discuss about, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Generally, before going to discuss about Harappan culture, we shall give a very few lines of our description regarding its beginning, but not in detail. Generally, Harappan culture that we also know about Indus Valley civilization was spread over entire Indus Valley. And you know that this civilization was discovered in 1922-23. Sir John Marshall, R.D. Banerjee, and other people they were responsible for its excavation. First two sites, two places were discovered. I mean, so that archaeological excavation was carried on over two places, Mohenjo-daro and Harappa. Both of these places are now in Pakistan. And after carrying out a large-scale excavation, I understand you know the excavation, archaeological excavation, जोंटुकी माटी को खोलिकी माटी तलु विभिन्न प्रकार मेटेरियल बाहर करा जाए एवं ताकू स्टडी करिकी तार कल्चर बा संस्कृति एवं सभ्यता विषय जना पड़े एवं ये जो दुईटी सहर बाहर थिला ये जो दुईटी जगारू ह्यूमन हेबिटेशन बा मनुष्यर रहिबा एवं तार बासस्थान ये सब जिनस बाहरला से जना पड़ा ये गोटे सहरी भित्तिक सभ्यता बा अर्बानाइज्ड सिविलाइजेशन थिला जनरली पीरियड फ्रॉम 3300 BC to 2600 BC. This is called early Harappan phase, and people also vary in their opinion regarding this date. But whatever it may be, mature phase, people say that it is from 2600 to 1900. And from 1900 BC, later on, it was the decaying phase of Harappan culture. So pre-Harappan phase, आम जहाँ कहवा हरप्पा सभ्यतार पूर्व फेज को जो समय हरप्पा सभ्यता मेच्योर्ड अवस्था को न आसला बट फॉर्मेटिव प्रक्रिया रे थिला ताको आमे कहि परिया 4200 रु 3500 भितर हेइथिबो. सो लेटर ऑन हरप्पा मोहेंजोदड़ो छड़ा परवर्ती जो गवेषणा आर्कियोलॉजिकल इन्वेस्टिगेशन हैला सेतु जना पड़ा जे हरप्पा सभ्यता केवल सिंधु घाटी भितर ही सीमाबद्ध नथिला सिंधु उपत्यका भितर ही सीमाबद्ध नथिला. It was not only limited or confined within the Indus Valley, rather it was widespread. It was widespread as far as in the west, in Afghanistan, and in east, in Meerut, Uttar Pradesh, in south, Inamgaon, that is in Maharashtra, Narmada Valley, and in Kashmir, it was the northern boundary of this civilization. So we have number of sites, places of Harappan civilization besides Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. For example, we have Amri, Port Diji, and we have also Rupar. In Gujarat, we have Lothal. In Rajasthan, we have Kalibangan. These are the places they were connected with the Harappan civilization. These were the civilized areas, similar with Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. Then, what was the social structure of this great civilization? ଆମେ ସମସ୍ତେ ହରପ୍ପା ସଭ୍ୟତାକୁ ସ୍କୁଲରୁ ପଢ଼ି ଆସୁଛେ, ତମମାନେ ବି ପଢ଼ିଥିବ। ସେଥିରେ ହରପ୍ପା ସଭ୍ୟତା ଏକ ନଗର ଭିତ୍ତିକ ସଭ୍ୟତା ଥିଲା ବୋଲି ଆମେ ପଢ଼ିକି ଆସୁଛେ। ତା ସହିତ ଆମେ ଏହାର ଟାଉନ୍ ପ୍ଲାନିଂ ବା ସହରୀକରଣ ବା ସହରୀ ଯୋଜନା ସମ୍ପର୍କରେ ପଢ଼ୁଛେ। କେମିତି ଇଟା, ପୋଡ଼ା ଇଟାରେ ଘର ତିଆରି କରୁଥିଲେ, ହରପ୍ପାର ଡ୍ରେନେଜ୍ ସିଷ୍ଟମ୍ ବା ପାଣି ବା ଆବର୍ଜନା ପାଣି ନିଷ୍କାସନ କରିବା ପାଇଁ କେମିତି ନଳାର ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥା ହେଇଥିଲା, ତା ସହିତ ରାସ୍ତା ଘାଟ ଇତ୍ୟାଦି ଆମେ ପଢ଼ିକି ଆସିଛେ, ହଁ କି ନା? So, under this situation, we are not going to discuss very widely regarding the town planning and other matters connected with Harappan civilization. Rather, we are only focusing on social structure that existed during this civilization. Now, socially, Harappa civilization give us an urban situation. Urban situation where kinship is not a very important point. Kinship means ଯେମିତି ଗାଁରେ ଗୋଟେ ପରିବାରର ଅନେକ ଲୋକ ରହନ୍ତି ଏବଂ ସେମାନଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାରର ସମ୍ପର୍କ ଥାଏ, ପାରିବାରିକ ସମ୍ପର୍କ ଥାଏ, ଯାହାକୁ ଆମେ କୂଳଗତ ସମ୍ପର୍କ କହିପାରିବା ବା କୂଳ ସମ୍ପର୍କ ଥାଏ। କିନ୍ତୁ ଗୋଟେ ଅର୍ବାନ୍ ସେଣ୍ଟରରେ ଏଭଳିଆ ପାରିବାରିକ ସମ୍ପର୍କ ପ୍ରାୟ ଦେଖିବାକୁ ମିଳେନି। ଯଦିଓ ପରିବାର ଥାଆନ୍ତି ଏବଂ ପରିବାରର ଅନ୍ୟାନ୍ୟ ସଦସ୍ୟମାନେ ଥାଆନ୍ତି, ମୁଁ କହିବାର ଅର୍ଥ ହେଲା ଗୋଟେ ପରିବାରରେ 5-6 ଭାଇ ଭଉଣୀ ଥାଇପାରନ୍ତି, କିନ୍ତୁ ଅନେକ ପରିବାର ମିଶିକି ଯେଉଁ ଗୋଟେ କିନସିପ୍ ଥାଏ, ଗୋଟେ ସମ୍ପର୍କ ଥାଏ, ସେଭଳିଆ ସାଧାରଣତଃ ଦେଖିବାକୁ ମିଳେନି। ଏଠି ଆମେ ଅନେକ ସମୟରେ ଦେଖୁ ନନ୍ କିନସିପ୍ ବା ବିୟଣ୍ଡ କିନସିପ୍, ଦେୟାର ଇଜ୍ ଏ ଇଣ୍ଟରାକ୍ସନ୍ ବିଟୱିନ୍ ପିପୁଲ୍। When we tell about an urban settlement, we must also remember that an urban settlement is much larger than a rural settlement. Okay? Urban settlement বা ଗୋଟେ ସହରୀ ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥା ଗୋଟେ ଗ୍ରାମ୍ୟ ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥା ଠାରୁ ଯଥେଷ୍ଟ ବଡ଼। କହିବାର କଥା ହେଲା, ସିମ୍ପଲ୍ ଏରେ ଯଦି ତାକୁ ବୁଝେଇବି, ଗୋଟେ ଗାଁର ଆୟତନ ସୀମା ସହରର ସୀମା ଠାରୁ ଅତ୍ୟନ୍ତ ଛୋଟ। ବିପରୀତ ଭାବରେ କହିଲେ ଗୋଟେ ସହର ଗାଁ ଠାରୁ କେତେ ଗୁଣରେ ବଡ଼। ଓକେ? ନାଓ, ଗୋଟେ ଗାଁରେ ଅନେକ ପ୍ରକାର ଲୋକ ବସବାସ କରନ୍ତି, କିନ୍ତୁ ସେମାନଙ୍କର ଜୀବିକା ପାଖାପାଖି ଗୋଟିଏ ପ୍ରକାରର ଥାଏ। କୃଷକମାନେ ଥାଆନ୍ତି ମୁଖ୍ୟତଃ, ଯେଉଁମାନେ ହାରଭେଷ୍ଟ କରନ୍ତି ବା ଫୁଡ୍ ପ୍ରଡକ୍ସନ୍ କରନ୍ତି, ଆଉ କାଁ ବା ଗାଁରେ ଜଣେ ଦୁଇ ଜଣ ସେବାକାରୀ ଦଳ ଥାଆନ୍ତି, ଯେଉଁମାନେ ଏଇ ଲୋକମାନଙ୍କର ସେବା କରିବା ପାଇଁ ବା ତାଙ୍କୁ ସର୍ଭିସ୍ ଦେବା ପାଇଁ ଥାଆନ୍ତି। କିନ୍ତୁ ସହରରେ କାମ କରୁଥିବା ଲୋକ, ରହୁଥିବା ଲୋକ ବିଭିନ୍ନ କାମରେ ନିୟୋଜିତ ହେଇଥାନ୍ତି। ସୋ ଇନ୍ a town or in an urban center, the population is not homogeneous, it is heterogeneous population. So it is not kinship which is bound or which determine the social relationship in town. It is only interaction for their own self-interest that determines the social relationship in town. So also we see in Harappa. What we see? Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, they are very clearly two largest settlements and these are the Bronze Age city, we can say that. And what we see in Mohenjo-daro and Harappa also, two types of settlement in same area. One is citadel. Citadel means ଗୋଟେ ଟିକେ ଉଚ୍ଚ ସ୍ଥାନରେ ବା ଉଚ୍ଚ ଲେବୁଲରେ ତିଆରି ହେଇଥିବା ସେଟଲମେଣ୍ଟ, ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ନିଚ ସ୍ଥାନରେ, ଏବଂ ନିଚ ସ୍ଥାନରେ ଯେଉଁ ସେଟଲମେଣ୍ଟ ସେଠି ଅନେକ ଘର, ଅନେକ ବାସଗୃହ, यार आयतन बहुत बड़, सिटाडेल आयतन साधारणतः टे कम। ସେଥିରୁ ଯାହା ଅନୁମାନ କରାଯାଏ, କ'ଣ ଆମେ ଅନୁମାନ କରିପାରିବା? ଦି ସିଟାଡେଲ was inhabited by the elite mass of the city. ସହରରେ ବସବାସ କରୁଥିବା ଇଲାଇଟ୍ ମାସ୍ ବା ଯେଉଁମାନଙ୍କୁ ଆମେ କହିପାରିବା ଧନୀ ବା ରାଜନୀତିଆ ଲୋକ ବା ଶାସକ ବର୍ଗର ଲୋକ, ଏମାନେ ସାଧାରଣତଃ এই ସିଟାଡେଲରେ ରହୁଥିଲେ ଏବଂ ଟିକେ ଅପେକ୍ଷାକୃତ ନିଚା ସ୍ଥାନରେ ସାଧାରଣ ଲୋକମାନେ ରହୁଥିଲେ। ହାଟ ବଜାର ଇତ୍ୟାଦି এই ଜାଗାରେ ଥିଲା। ଏବଂ ତା ସହିତ definitely there was a political structure, state structure, we can say that was working. Why? Because in city you see that people, they do not produce what? They do not produce food grains. ସେମାନେ ଖାଦ୍ୟ ଶସ୍ୟ ଉତ୍ପାଦନ କରନ୍ତିନି, but they will eat, ଖାଇବେ ନା ସେମାନେ। So there is a political structure or political power, state power, which was responsible for collecting surplus from the village nearby, situated nearby towns, and distributing these things among the people who were not associated with food production. Otherwise, they were responsible for different works for the development of the society, economy, as well as agriculture. Economy କହିଲେ ଆମେ agriculture ବି ଆମେ ସେ ସମୟ ପାଇଁ ନବା। So this was general condition of Harappan civilization. Two types of people generally, they were living, elite mass and common people. Common people, among common people, there were artisan, craftsmen, traders. Traders କହିଲେ ଆମେ ବାଣିଜ୍ୟ କରୁଥିବା ଲୋକ। ଆର୍ଟିସାନ କ୍ରାଫ୍ଟମ୍ୟାନ୍ କହିଲେ ଯେଉଁମାନେ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାର ଜିନିଷ ତିଆରି କରୁଛନ୍ତି, ଯେମିତି ହାଣ୍ଡି, ମାଠିଆ ଏବଂ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାର ଉପକରଣ, କୃଷି ଉପକରଣ, ଯେଉଁ ଉପକରଣ ଗୁଡ଼ିକ ଗାଁରେ ଚାଷବାସର କାମରେ ଲାଗିବ ଏବଂ ସେଇ ଜିନିଷ ଗୁଡ଼ାକୁ ଗାଁକୁ ପଠାଇବା ଏବଂ ତା ବଦଳରେ ଗାଁରୁ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ଜିନିଷ ଆଣିକି ସହରରେ ବିକିବା ପାଇଁ ରେସ୍ପନ୍ସିବଲ୍ ଥିବା ଟ୍ରେଡର ମାନେ ଅଛନ୍ତି। ଏବଂ ଏମାନଙ୍କର ରକ୍ଷଣାବେକ୍ଷଣ ଦାୟିତ୍ୱ କିଏ ନେଉଛି? ଯେଉଁ ସିଟାଡେଲ ବା ଉଚ୍ଚ ଜାଗାରେ ରହୁଥିବା ରାଜନୈତିକ ଲୋକ ବା ଆମେ କହିପାରିବା ଶାସନ ବର୍ଗୀୟ ଲୋକ ବା ruling elite, ruling class people. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Then what we see that in Harappan society, the kinship did not determine the social and economic relation. Generally, in chiefdom society or in this society that was the preceding society of chiefdom society, kinship determined social and economic relation. In state societies, on the other hand, extra kin relation had to be worked out. I have already discussed extra kin relation means ନିଜ ପରିବାର ଏବଂ ନିଜ କୂଳ ଏବଂ ନିଜର ଜ୍ଞାତି କୁଟୁମ୍ବ ବ୍ୟତୀତ ଅନ୍ୟ ଲୋକମାନଙ୍କ ସହିତ ସମ୍ପର୍କ, that is called extra kin relationship. And political purposes could be served and incorporation of communities could achieve through mechanisms such as gift giving, marriage alliances, patron client relationship, etc. ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାର ରିଲେସନସିପ୍ ଆମେ କେମିତି ସ୍ଥାପିତ କରିଥାଉ? ବୈବାହିକ ସମ୍ପର୍କ ଦ୍ୱାରା, କାହାକୁ ଉପହାର ଦେଇକି। And these are only, I have already told, for achieving our own self-interest. Now, as I have already told, that is the fact that in Harappan settlement, we can say that in most of the Harappan settlement, କେତେଟା ଜାଗାରେ ନାହିଁ, କିନ୍ତୁ most of the Harappan settlement where the city areas are large, ବହୁତ ବଡ଼ ଯେଉଁଠି city area ଅଛି, ସେ ଜାଗାରେ ଆମେ କ'ଣ ଦେଖୁଛୁ, separation between a citadel and lower town, ଯାହା ମୁଁ କହିଲି ଗୋଟେ ଉଚ୍ଚ ଜାଗା ଏବଂ ତଳେ ନିଚ ସ୍ଥାନରେ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଟାଉନ୍, and that may indicate not only functionally different areas within a settlement but also perhaps a degree of social segregation. Social segregation means ସାମାଜିକ ବିଚ୍ଛେଦକରଣ, means ସାମାଜିକ ଭାବରେ elite ruling class living in the society, that citadel, and common men living in the lower town, they have a different lifestyle, different social eco. ସାମାଜିକ ସଂଗଠନ ମଧ୍ୟ ସେମାନଙ୍କର ଅଲଗା ଅଲଗା ଥିଲା. And in Mohenjo-daro, what we get, diversity of house in forms and size. Mohenjo-daro ଆମେ lower town ରେ ମଧ୍ୟ ପାଉ ଏବଂ upper town ରେ ପାଉ. Upper town ମାନେ ଯୋଉଟା ମୁଁ କହୁଛି citadel. କ'ଣ ଦେଖୁ ଯେ କୋଉଠି ଘର 5ଟା ରୁମ୍ ଅଛି, କୋଉଠି 2ଟା ରୁମ୍ ମଧ୍ୟ ଅଛି. It means in society यार ମାନେ କ'ଣ, ଏ ବୁଝିପାରୁଛ ନା ନାହିଁ? यार अर्थ କ'ଣ ହେଇପାରେ? ବଡ଼ ଘର ଅଛି, ଛୋଟ ଘର ବି ଅଛି. It means in the society was not a homogeneous society, heterogeneous society. It means people were not, all people were not equal. ସବୁ ଲୋକମାନେ ସମାନ ନଥିଲେ. ତା ଭିତରେ ଧନୀ ଗରିବ ମଧ୍ୟ ଥାଇପାରନ୍ତି. There were different classes of people. ଯେମିତି ଆଜି ମଧ୍ୟ ଆମ ସମାଜରେ ଅଛନ୍ତି, ବିଭିନ୍ନ କ୍ଲାସର ଲୋକମାନେ ରହୁଛନ୍ତି, ଗରିବ ମଧ୍ୟ ଅଛନ୍ତି, ଧନୀ ବି ଅଛନ୍ତି, ଯେଉଁମାନେ ବଡ଼ ବଡ଼ ସ୍କାଏ ସ୍କ୍ରାପରରେ ରହୁଛନ୍ତି, ବଡ଼ ବଡ଼ ମେସନ୍ ମାନଙ୍କର ରହୁଛନ୍ତି, ଆଲିସାନ ଘରେ ରହୁଛନ୍ତି, ଏବଂ ଛୋଟ ଛୋଟ ଘର କରିକି ମଧ୍ୟ ଇନ୍ଦିରା ଆବାସ ରହୁଥିବା ଲୋକ ମଧ୍ୟ ଏଠି ରହୁଛନ୍ତି. ସେଭଳି ଭାବରେ ସେଇଠି ମଧ୍ୟ ଆମେ ମହେଞ୍ଜୋଦାରୋ ହରପ୍ପାରେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଏଇଭଳିଆ ଭେରିଏସନ୍ ପାଉଛୁ ଘରର ସାଇଜ୍ରେ ଏବଂ ଘରର ଫର୍ମରେ ମଧ୍ୟ. ଏବଂ ଏ ଘର ସାଇଜ୍ ଏବଂ ଫର୍ମରେ ଆଉ କ'ଣ ଆମେ ଦେଖୁଛୁ, ଅକୁପେସନାଲ ଡିଫରେନ୍ସ. ଅକୁପେସନାଲ ଡିଫରେନ୍ସ ମିନ୍ସ ବୃତ୍ତିଗତ ପାର୍ଥକ୍ୟ. ଲୋକମାନଙ୍କର ଗୋଟିଏ ପ୍ରକାର ବୃତ୍ତି ନାହିଁ ଯେ ସେଠି ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାରର କାମ କରୁଛନ୍ତି, ତାରି ଭିତରେ ମଧ୍ୟ ବୃତ୍ତିଗତ ପାର୍ଥକ୍ୟ ଆମେ ଦେଖୁଛୁ. That we must note that a certain skill, particularly in craft, may have been promoted, but this need not have meant full-time occupation. ଯେ କ୍ରାଫ୍ଟ ଯେଉଁମାନେ କରୁଥିଲେ ତାକୁ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଅଗ୍ରାଧିକାର ଦିଆଯାଉଥିଲା, କିନ୍ତୁ ବୋଧହୁଏ ଯେଉଁମାନେ କ୍ରାଫ୍ଟରେ ଥିଲେ ସମସ୍ତେ ଫୁଲ୍ ଟାଇମ୍ କ୍ରାଫ୍ଟ କରୁନଥିଲେ, ଅନ୍ୟାନ୍ୟ କାମ ମଧ୍ୟ କରୁଥିଲେ. ତା ସହିତ ମହେଞ୍ଜୋଦାରୋ ଏବଂ ହରପ୍ପାରୁ ଆମେ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାର ଆର୍ଟିଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟସ୍, ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାର ଉପକରଣ ଗୁଡ଼ିକ ପାଇଛେ. and these artifacts were of different types, ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାରର ଉପକରଣ. That different types of artifacts may indicate differences in consumption pattern. For example, we have got spindle holes of terracotta, vessel for terracotta or bronze, bangles and beads of clay, stone, bone, shell, faience, metal and so forth. ଆମେ ଟେରାକୋଟାରେ ତିଆରି ବେଙ୍ଗଲ୍ସ ପାଉଛେ, ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାରର ସୁନ୍ଦର ମେଟାଲରେ ତିଆରି ମଧ୍ୟ ବେଙ୍ଗଲ୍ସ ପାଉଛେ. ବେଙ୍ଗଲ୍ସ ମାନେ ଚୁଡ଼ି. ଏବଂ ଏଇ ବହୁତ ଜାଗାରେ ଆମେ ମଧ୍ୟ ସୁନ୍ଦର ପଥର, ଯେଉଁ ଫେନ୍ସ ଭଳିଆ ଗୋଟେ ଗୋଟେ ସୁନ୍ଦର ଚମକିଲା ପଥରରେ ତିଆରି ବେଙ୍ଗଲ୍ସ ପାଉଛେ. ଏବଂ ତା ସହିତ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାରର ଟେରାକୋଟା ଏବଂ ଷ୍ଟୋନ୍ ଏବଂ ବ୍ରୋଞ୍ଜରେ ତିଆରି ବିଭିନ୍ନ ଉପକରଣ ପାଉଛେ. ଏବଂ ଏଇ ଯେଉଁ ଜିନିଷ ଗୁଡ଼ାକ ଆମେ ପାଉଛେ ସେଥିରୁ କ'ଣ ଜଣାପଡ଼ୁଛି ଯେ ଯେଉଁ ଚାହିଦା ଥିଲା ଲୋକମାନଙ୍କର ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାରର ଥିଲା ଏବଂ ସମସ୍ତେ ଗୋଟିଏ ପ୍ରକାର ଲେବୁଲରେ ସୋସାଇଟିରେ ନଥିଲେ. କିଏ ଚୁଡ଼ି ଟେରାକୋଟାରେ କିଣିକି ବ୍ୟବହାର କରୁଛି, କିଏ ସୁନ୍ଦର ଚମକିଲା ପଥରରେ ଚୁଡ଼ି ମଧ୍ୟ ବ୍ୟବହାର କରୁଛି. ସୋ କହିବାର ଅର୍ଥ ହେଲା, why we are indicating that the society was not homogeneous, rather it was a heterogeneous society. Similarly, their cultural life, we see that they were worshipping Shiva and Shakti. Different types of more different modes of worship was also prevalent, as we see. Similarly, we see burial types. Burial means ମରିଗଲା ପରେ ଶେଷ ସଂସ୍କାର ଯୋଉ କରାଯାଉଛି, ଅନ୍ତିମ ସଂସ୍କାର, ତାର ମଧ୍ୟ ଆମେ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାର ଜିନିଷ ଦେଖୁଛୁ। କୋଉଠି ପୁରା ସିଧା ପୋତା ହେଇଛି, କୋଉଠି ମାଠିଆ ଭିତରେ ମଧ୍ୟ ରଖିକି ଅଳ୍ପ କିଛି ଅଂଶ ଦେହର ରଖିକି ପୋତା ହେଇଛି। So even within burial, what we find that some amount of variation burial ମଧ୍ୟ ଶେଷ ସଂସ୍କାର ଅନ୍ତିମ ସଂସ୍କାରରେ ମଧ୍ୟ ବା ଯାହାକୁ ଆମେ କହିପାରିବା ଯେ ପୋତିବା ଶବକୁ ପୋତିବାରେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଆମେ ଭେରିଏସନ୍ ପାଉଛୁ। କୋଉଠି ଏକ୍ସଟେଣ୍ଡେଡ୍ ବୁରିଆଲ୍ ଅଛି, ସିଧା ଏକଦମ ଲମ୍ବେଇକି ଶୋଇକି ପୋତା ହେଉଛି। କୋଉଠି ଅର୍ସ ବା ମାଠିଆରେ ଜାରରେ ରଖିକି ମଧ୍ୟ ପୋତା ହେଉଛି। କୋଉଠି ସିମ୍ବଲିକ୍ କିଛି ଅଂଶ ରଖିକି ମଧ୍ୟ ପୋତା ହେଉଛି। So in all these things aimed at indicating that the uniform system was not there in social activity or in cultural activity. So this is about the Harappan social structure. Now, how this society, Harappan society, came to an end. A number of theories are advocated during about the decay or decline of Harappan society. Generally, people say that the society came to an end, Harappan civilization came to an end after 1900 BC due to Aryan invasion. आर्यମାନଙ୍କର ଆକ୍ରମଣ ପାଇଁ ହରପ୍ପା ସଭ୍ୟତାର ଲୋକମାନଙ୍କର ବିନାଶ ହେଲା। ହରପ୍ପା ସଭ୍ୟତାର ଲୋକମାନେ ସେ ଜାଗା ଛାଡ଼ି ଅନ୍ୟତ୍ର ପଳେଇଗଲେ। କିଛି କହନ୍ତି ଯେ ଆକ୍ରମଣ was not only cause, there was perhaps flood in the river Indus. ସିନ୍ଧୁ ନଦୀରେ କ୍ରମାଗତ ବା ବାରମ୍ବାର ବନ୍ୟା ଆସିବା ଯୋଗୁଁ ସଭ୍ୟତାର ବସତି ଅଞ୍ଚଳ କ୍ଷୟକ୍ଷତି ହେଲା, ସେଥିପାଇଁ ଲୋକ ସେ ସ୍ଥାନ ଛାଡ଼ିକି ପଳେଇଗଲେ। କିଛି ଲୋକ କହନ୍ତି ବାରମ୍ବାର ସେ ଜାଗାରେ ଭୂମିକମ୍ପ ହେବା ଯୋଗୁଁ, କାରଣ ଏବେ ମଧ୍ୟ ସେ ଜାଗା ସବୁ ଭୂମିକମ୍ପ ପ୍ରବଣ, ଲୋକମାନେ ସେ ଜାଗା ଛାଡ଼ିକି ପଳେଇଗଲେ। କିନ୍ତୁ ସବୁଠୁ ଗୋଟେ ବଡ଼ ଜିନିଷ ହେଲା that we generally try to avoid that environmental degradation and climatic change was responsible for the end of Harappan civilization. And this environmental degradation with climatic change must have given way to repeated flooding situation and also have caused the grounds for earthquake and other natural calamities. And side by side, due to this phenomena, that is environmental degradation, climatic change, some of the rivers that are connected with Indus or Sindhu Nadi ସହିତ ମିଶିଥିବା କିଛି ଶାଖା ନଦୀ ବା ବାହାରିଥିବା ଉପନଦୀ, ସେମାନେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଶୁଖିଗଲେ। ଫର ଏକ୍ଜାମ୍ପଲ ଘଗର ଆଣ୍ଡ ହାକ୍ରା, এই ନଦୀ ଗୁଡ଼ାକ ଶୁଖିଗଲେ ଫଳରେ ଜଳ ବା ପାଣିର ସମସ୍ୟା ଯୋଗୁଁ ମଧ୍ୟ ହରପ୍ପାର ଯେଉଁ ବାସିନ୍ଦାମାନେ, ହରପ୍ପା କହିବାନି, ହରପ୍ପା ଏବଂ ତା ପାଖାପାଖି ଅନ୍ୟାନ୍ୟ ସହରୀ ଅଞ୍ଚଳରେ ଥିବା ବାସିନ୍ଦାମାନେ, ସେମାନେ ଗୁଜରାଟ, ମହାରାଷ୍ଟ୍ର ଭଳି ଜାଗାକୁ ପଳାୟନ କରିଥାଇ ପାରନ୍ତି। So this is about Harappan culture. Besides that, after the decay of Harappan civilization, another types of culture also thrived. Remember one thing, that ଗୋଟେ ସଂସ୍କୃତି କେବେ ଲୋପ ପାଇଯାଏନି। ଏ ସଂସ୍କୃତି ପରିବର୍ତ୍ତନ ହୁଏ, ଟ୍ରାନ୍ସଫର୍ମେସନ୍ ହୁଏ, ତାର ଡିଗ୍ରେଡେସନ୍ ହେଇଯାଇପାରେ, ଏବଂ ଯେଉଁଠି ଆମେ ଦେଖୁଥିବା ଦିନେ ବହୁତ ବଡ଼ କୋଠାଘର ଥିବ ସେଠି ଚାଳଘରଟେ ହେଇପାରେ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଲୋପ ପାଇଯିବନି, କାରଣ ମଣିଷ ଯେଉଁ ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ଅଛି ସଂସ୍କୃତି, ତାର ସଂସ୍କୃତି ରହିବ। ସେଭଳି ଭାବରେ Harappan civilization faced a decline but it was also gave way to another type of civilization or culture. We call it Chalcolithic culture. Chalcolithic means chalco means copper, lithic means stone. Copper stone age culture. It means that culture which was using stone in association with copper in its lifestyle, in its life. That is called copper age culture or copper stone age culture, or in short, Chalcolithic culture. We have after Harappan civilization, what we see that the greater Indus Valley occupied by several regions, regional Chalcolithic culture in different parts of India. We have Ahar culture in Rajasthan. We have also uh, Jukar culture in east and south Punjab, and we have Kayatha in Madhya Pradesh. In Odisha also we have Chalcolithic culture near Khurda, Gorbai Sasan, and we have Malwa culture in central India, Malwa region, Banas or Ahar culture in Rajasthan, I have already told. So most of this Chalcolithic culture, what we see, they have had a tribal social structure with the capacity to develop into a chiefdom. Means এটা ଗୋଟେ tribal social culture ଥିଲା ଏବଂ ତା ଭିତରେ ଗୋଟେ potentiality ଥିଲା, ଶକ୍ତି ଥିଲା ଗୋଟେ ରାଜ୍ୟ ହବା ପାଇଁ, chiefdom ମାନେ ସର୍ଦ୍ଦାର ସହିତ ଗୋଟେ ରାଜ୍ୟ ହବା ପାଇଁ ଶାସନଗତ କ୍ଷମତାକୁ ନେଇକି. And one such case is of Inam Gaon, that is a Jorwe culture site, which was later on developed into a culture with chiefship, a small political structure with chiefship. So generally, this culture was an agrarian culture. People were agriculturists, living in huts, or we can say that thatched roof house, mud house, and wearing different types of copper ornaments made of copper, terracotta, and different types of stone like jasper, carnelian, lapis lazuli. These stones were generally available in Rajasthan and Gujarat. So this was a culture, somewhat we can say that tribal culture. And there was also scope for a better agricultural activity in this culture. Uh, so this culture thrived almost from 1600 BC to 1000 or 700 BC for about 1000 years. And this Chalcolithic culture gave way to different types of cosmopolitan cultural setup. But this Chalcolithic culture was not properly or totally wiped out, and it continued till a late fetch, almost up to 1000 or 700 BC. So you go through your study material. This is all about this block 1, 3 units. So in summary, you can say that the third unit that we discussed, Harappan culture and Chalcolithic culture, that Harappan culture was an urban culture, and its social structure was not always based upon kinship, rather non-kinship elements or a non-kinship relationship also thrived. Mainly two types of people, common people and elite mass, were living in most of the towns of Harappan culture, and we see different types of lifestyle thriving, different types of occupations thriving in Harappan civilization. After Harappan civilization, we get to know that there was another culture that thrived in the name of Chalkuliti culture in almost all of whole of India. This culture also thrived in southern India, in northern India, in eastern and western India. In western India, it was Ahar Banas culture. In middle India, middle part of India, it is Malwa culture. And there were also in south, or we can say that Deccan Chalkuliti culture. So in this way, we see that some sort of cultural, social and cultural activities prevailed before the transition phase of Indian civilization with the Vedic age. Before Vedic age, we can say simply Vedic age. So next time we shall go to the second block, and this block 2, it is culture in transition, and in this block we have 4 units. And in the first unit we shall discuss about societies as reflected in the Vedic culture or Vedic literature, kinship, varna, jati, the ritual forms of property, ideology and social structure. In short, we shall study about Vedic age and all its aspect we shall discuss. Then we shall discuss about Iron Age culture. Today in this class we discussed just now Bronze Age culture, Copper culture, and we shall discuss Iron Age culture. That culture is still prevailing, still continuing. And in the third unit, socio-religious ferment in North India. Mainly socio-religious ferment means socio-religious activities, changes, a revolution in North India, that is Buddhism and Jainism. And in the last unit of this block, that is unit 4, emergence of Buddhist Central and Peninsular India. These 4 units, very small unit, having only how much pages are there? Um, we have only 40 pages. Okay. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Are you there?
Yes, sir.
You all. Uh, so time to time, please respond me so that I will be sure that okay, my camera is not on. Okay, time to time, please respond me so that I will be sure that my students are there, learners are there in front of me. Because in this online class, it is not possible to watch you always and to get your um, moment noticed. ତମାନଙ୍କର ମୁଭମେଣ୍ଟ ବି ଦେଖି ହେବନି ଯାହାଫଳରେ ଜାଣିହେବନି ଯେ ତୁମେମାନେ ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ଗ୍ରାଫ୍ସ କଲ କି ନାହିଁ। ସୋ ଏଇ ଚାରିଟା ଯେଉଁ ମୁଁ ଏବେ କହିଲି ସେକେଣ୍ଡ ବ୍ଲକର 4ଟା ୟୁନିଟ୍, ମୁଁ ଚାହୁଁଛି ସମସ୍ତେ ଟିକେ ପଢ଼ିକି ଆସ। ମାନେ ଏକ କ୍ଲାସ୍ଟା ଅଛି ସୋମବାର ଦିନ, କାଲି ଆଉ ପରଦିନ ନାହିଁ, ୟୁ ୱିଲ୍ ହାଭ୍ 2 days। ସୋ ପଢ଼ିକି ଆସିଲେ କ'ଣ ହେବ, it will be easier for you to understand, to grasp, and easier for me to convey, to transmit. Okay. And secondly, whatever things that we discussed today in this class, that is in block 1, sources of to reconstruct ancient society, that prehistoric culture like Paleolithic, Mesolithic, and Neolithic culture. Then we also discussed about Harappan culture, Chalcolithic culture. you people should study them today, so that whatever difficulty you will face, you can ask me uh, in our next class, and we can have a discussion. Now, I will be in a position to clarify your doubts. Unless you go through these things and understand what are the difficulties you are facing, I will not be in a position to give you my opinion or my help. So, what I see, that it will be better for you that you come prepared for the next block, that is block 2, Vedic culture, Iron Age culture, Buddhism, Jainism. Very simple subject these are. And I hope that if you have if you are a student of history from your early time, that is from your plus 2 and plus 3, you have studied all of them. But we shall study here with a different approach. So my point is that please come prepared with this second block, and also come prepared with your doubt regarding the first block. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now I will let you give. I shall give you 5 minutes that you should come up with your any doubt today. ଯଦି ଏବେ ଭିତରେ ବୁଝିବା ଭିତରେ କିଛି doubt ଅଛି, then you may also come with your doubts, that we can have a discussion.
Sir, I have a question.
Radhanath, okay, you are welcome.
Sir, after Harappan civilization, when Chalcolithic civilization started in India, sir,
No, no, no,
why?
no, no. Yes, yes. Carry on. Complete your question.
No, no, sir. Sir, actually, sir, Harappa civilization ସହିତ Chalcolithic ବି start ହେଇଥିଲା.
Yes, yes. Start ହେଇଥିଲା, ତାଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ interaction ବି ଅଛି. ଆମେ କିଛି ହରପ୍ପାନ ଜିନିଷ ମଧ୍ୟ, ଏ ଯେମିତି କାୟଥାରେ ଆମେ କିଛି ହରପ୍ପାନ ଜିନିଷ ମଧ୍ୟ ଗୋଟେ ଜାରରୁ ପାଇଛୁ, ଗୋଟେ ମାଟି ପାତ୍ରରୁ। କାୟଥା ହେଉଛି ମଧ୍ୟପ୍ରଦେଶର ଉଜ୍ଜୈନ ପାଖରେ, ହେଲା। ସେଇଠି ସେଟା ଗୋଟେ ଚାଲକୁଲିଥିକ କଲଚର, ମାଲବା କଲଚର ସହିତ ତାର ଆସୋସିଏସନ ଅଛି। ସୋ ସେଇଠି ମଧ୍ୟ ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ ମାଟି ପାତ୍ର ଭିତରୁ କିଛି ହରପ୍ପାନ ସିଲ୍ ଏବଂ ହରପ୍ପାନ ଆର୍ଟିଫାକ୍ଟସ ପାଇଛୁ। ତାମାନେ କ'ଣ ସେଟା ହରପ୍ପାନ ବ୍ରୋଞ୍ଜ ଏଜ୍ ସିଭିଲାଇଜେସନ ପାର୍ଟ କି? ନା। It means that this civilization, this culture had a relationship with this Bronze Age civilization like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro.
Okay. Sir, ये जो सब नाम उड़ा हैला जो आयर बा कायथ मालुआ, सर ये कौन बेसिस रे इमती ये Chalcolithic?
हाँ, जिମିତି ଆମେ ହରପ୍ପାନ କଲଚର କାହାର ବେସିସରେ କହୁଛେ? Why you call it ହରପ୍ପାନ କଲଚର? People of
Because Harappan destroyed ହେଇଥିବାରୁ.
Exactly. You are right. You are right. That is because the first civilization was discovered from Harappa, and therefore it came with the name of Harappan civilization.
Okay,
Indus Valley ରୁ civilization ଭାରତୀୟ ଯୋଗୁଁ ଆମେ Indus Valley civilization ବି କହୁଛୁ। ସେମିତି ଆହାର ହେଉଛି ଗୋଟେ ଜାଗା ନା, ବାନାସ ଗୋଟେ ଜାଗା, ବାନାସ ନଦୀ କୂଳରେ ଆହାର, ତାକୁ ଆମେ ବାନାସ କଲଚର କହୁଛେ। ସେଇ ପାଖାପାଖି ଯେତେ କଲଚର ଅଛି ଚାଲକୁଲିଥିକ କଲଚର, ଏଗୁଡାକ ଚାଲକୁଲିଥିକ ଗାଁ ଗୁଡାକ ସବୁ କ୍ଲଷ୍ଟର। ତ ଯେମିତି ଆଜି ଆମ ଗାଁ ଦେଖୁଛେ, ଗାଁକୁ ଗଲେ ତମ ଗାଁକୁ ଦେଖିବାକୁ ଗଲା ବେଳକୁ ଗୁଡାଏ ଗାଁ ପାଖାପାଖି ଥିବ, ବୁଝିପାରିଲ? ତମ ଗାଁ ନାଁଟା ଯେତେବେଳେ କହୁଛ, ତମେ କ'ଣ କହୁଛ? ତମ ଗାଁ ନାଁ ନ କହିକି ତମେ ଗୋଟେ ଗାଁ ପାଖରେ ଥିବା ବଡ ଗୋଟେ ଛୋଟିଆ ଟାଉନ ଯାହାକି ଲୋକ ଜାଣିପାରିବେ। ଫର ଏକ୍ସାମ୍ପଲ, ତମେ ଯଦି, ତମ ଗାଁ କୋଉଠି?
सर गाँ ना सरस्वतीपुर, एटा बालेश्वर भोगराई ब्लॉक ରୁ बिलोंग्स କରୁଛି।
एक्चुअली तुमको एना पचारिबे, राधानाथ तुम घर कोउठी? सर भोगराई, बालेश्वर। तमे सरस्वतीपुर कहि परिबो कि? कहि परिबोनी। काहे कि सरस्वतीपुर इज नॉट ए वेरी वेल नोन प्लेस, इज ए स्मॉल विलेज। सो सेमिति चालकुलिथिक कल्चर बहुत क्लस्टर ऑफ विलेजेस, छोट गाँ सब। तो ता भितरे जो जिनसटा प्रथमे मिलला, आहार हमको से कल्चरटा मिलला बानास नदी कूଳରେ, ताको आहार बानास कल्चर बोली ना दे देले आर्कियोलॉजिस्ट माने। ता पाखापाखि सिमिलर जेते कल्चर मिलला गाँ गुड़ाक, आमे ताको आहार बानास कल्चर ना रे कहूचे। जेमिति हरप्पा कल्चर को आमे हरप्पा कल्चर रूपार भी पाउचे। रूपार होची कोउठी? पंजाब रे।
Yes, sir.
लोथार लु पाउचे कोठी गुजरात रे कालीबंगाल लु पाउचे कोठी राजस्थान ले किंतु कहूचे हरप्पन कल्चर किंतु एवढा सब है जागा ना साइट्स याको आमे आर्कियोलॉजी ना रे आर्कियोलॉजी रो टर्म रे याको आमे कहूचे साइट्स बुझि पाला राधानाथ
Yes, sir. Yes.
बुझिला हां भोगरे सरस्वतीपुर नहीं भोगरे मु जाई छै बहुत थर ओके इट्स अ वेरी वेल नोन प्लेस वेरी एजुकेटेड प्लेस भोगरे अंचल आउ कार क्वेश्चन अछि सो आउ कार बोधे क्वेश्चन नहीं जदि अच्छी यू आर वेलकम नेक्स्ट क्लास इन मंडे we can have a discussion and we shall take up new topic on that day. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Good evening, everybody.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sir left.